Hey everybody, this is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. Hope you all are doing exceptionally well. And thanks as always for checking out the videos. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing the video, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook. All of your support of the videos helps. And if you guys have any questions that you want answered, and it's not super personal, but just kind of general dog information, how to get around the city of Pittsburgh, kind of where to find different resources or any type of dog or pet resource, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you here, whether it's on YouTube or help you out specifically. In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit today about a subject that I'm actually kind of passionate about, and it's around and I have some thoughts and opinions on. I have thoughts and opinions on a lot of things, obviously, but about dog parks and how to manage them and how to bring your animal to the dog park and your pet to the dog park, well, your dog to the dog park, in such a manner that it is a win for you as well as for everybody else who is there with their dog. Basically, how to make that experience of a dog park the most beneficial thing. So, the idea behind the dog park, is that we live in this urban setting. We have these leash laws that say we have to have a dog on a leash at all times. If we are under the, we're not allowed to have our dog off leash, except in this designated area. And this designated area allows anybody else who wants to bring a dog in, and they can run around in circles and have some fun, tire my dog out, and then I can, my dog is tired and gets the experience of running off leash. Obviously, if you live out in the country, you live out in the farm somewhere, dogs being on leash is very inefficient, and most dogs will stay next to you, especially if you're in a big field, or if you train the dog also to be off leash as well, it'll stay with you. So the dog park is the opportunity for us urban dwellers to let our dogs run around in circles and have some fun. There are obviously rules with the dog park. They say things like you can't, obviously clean up after your dog. You can't have an aggressive dog. Your dog can't terrorize other people. You have to have control of it, obviously. Obviously, if you need some training or anything, let me know, and I can help you with that. But you want your dog to be in, generally good spirits. Being healthy as well is also important. But you are responsible for your dog, responsible for the care of your dog. You're also responsible for the safety of others. All those rules are written on the side of the dog park, so you can go find those. You don't need me to reiterate those here. But I want to give you some tactics and tips to help you get your dog exercised, because a lot of times people will come to me and say, my dog doesn't like dog parks, it doesn't like other dogs, or it doesn't like to play, it doesn't like to play with the ball, or it just sits there and doesn't do anything, and I just look at it, it looks back at me, and my dog kind of sits under my legs. So I want to give you some tactics that will help you with your dog and actually burning off more energy when you're there, because I want you to actually make the most use of the time that you're at the dog park. If you don't use your time properly at the dog park, you may not actually burn off any energy, and that'll be a big waste of time. So this is how to use the dog parks, how to manage the dog parks properly. So first thing here is pretty simple drawing, which is just a standard dog park. Well, it's a rectangle that represents a dog park. And as you know, pretty much at every dog park, there is kind of this corner entrance where, dogs come in, and, you get to run around inside of there. One of the things that we always see happen is the dogs always move towards the entrance, right? When they come in, and dogs are coming in, they get, oh, this is a fence, a new person's here. They start barking, and they run up to the fence. Obviously, keep your dog away from the entrance if you can. Call them away, pull them away if you have to. Just give the dog coming in a couple feet to get off of its leash and get, a chance to run around. I've talked about the concept of leash aggression before. Basically, if you're controlling a dog and another dog is getting controlled, sometimes dogs will increase their energy either by fighting or running away. Sometimes it can be dangerous, and that leash aggression is simply because you're restraining the dog. Typically, if you can let the dogs off and run, they can play with each other. They can, have this distance thing that happens and they can be all happy. Now, when you get in the park, here is the biggest key. If I could do anything with any single dog park in the city of Pittsburgh, is I would remove every single park bench that's in there. I think park benches inside of dog parks are the absolute worst thing that you can do. What happens is people go and they sit on the park bench and they sit there and they just sit and watch, and all the dogs, all they do is just sit around and sit around and sit around, and they walk around this 5-foot park bench. Meanwhile, they have all this room to play. That is the worst thing you can do. If you go to a dog park, do not sit on a park bench. If you watch me, I'm never sitting at a park bench. So what I do and what you need to be doing is you actually need to be moving around and give your dog a moving target. Because what happens is people will stand still and they'll sit there and say, well, my dog doesn't like to play. Well, you're just standing there. Give your dog something to shoot at and walk with it. So simply just do this. Your entire dog park experience should be you going around, the edge of the dog park and walking around some more and walking around some more. I was at the dog park this morning with my dog. I probably walked around, 15 to 20 laps around the park. The dog followed me, and my dog followed me all the way around. Yes, I was moving. I had to give my dog a moving target. Well, it followed me around, and he got his exercise. He got to smell all the areas, run around in circles. And what's crazy when that happens, and when at Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs, when we take our dogs to the dog park, we are very active around moving. We are not sitting still at the park bench because it's a waste. But what will happen is one dog will follow you, 2 dogs will start to follow you, and all the dogs start following you around in circles, and you get this big pack going. Dogs love energy. Dogs love a moving target. So you need to be that moving target when you're at the dog park. Most people, again, they go in and they expect the dogs just to kind of like go play with themselves. There's a select few number of dogs that will be able to play with themselves and kind of entertain themselves. To prevent, that aggressive play, that kind of focused play, you as the leader, the handler, you need to be moving all the time with your dog all the way around the park. Don't sit still. Make it a very proactive experience. Obviously, if your dog is good at throwing ball and returning it and retrieving it, that's a perfect way to go. All the problems happen at a dog park when you sit still. Get your dog and say, let's go, let's go, let's go, and move them, and start walking, kind of jog a little bit around the edge of the park. We're doing that all the time with our dogs that we take to the park, and the dogs get some extra exercise, because typically you may walk one loop and your dog that you're with is going up and back and around, and they're walking probably double the length that you do in one loop. So if you do 5 loops, they're doing at least 10. So you're getting a chance to get them to exercise more, and they're exercising more because they're going out, they're coming back, they're sniffing, they're coming back, they're kind of recalibrating and retargeting back to you. That's why that moving target is very valuable, because dogs love energy, dogs love movement. Make sure you add movement into the dog park so that you can take advantage of getting your dog exercised, burning off that extra energy, and having a positive experience with the dog park. Again, once you get in, get moving quickly and right away. If you do decide to stop and rest and your dog is tired, you need some water, do that after you get them moving a little bit so they can get their poop and pee out and all that good stuff and get them nice and relaxed. Then you can let them go see other dogs and play with other dogs. But the initial stages, initial parts, do lots of walking, lots of movement. Make sure that you use their energy and burn them out as much as you can in the dog park. If you guys have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to ask. Comment, like, share. But basically, keep the dog parks moving. Avoid the park benches. Only use the park benches for kind of water and aid stations for the dogs. But avoid you sitting on the park bench. Just don't sit there. Play with your dog. Exercise it. Keep it moving. Keep everybody happy, everybody safe, and burn off some of that extra energy that we all need to have, make sure we're burning off with our dogs. So I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and thanks as always for watching. This is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. I'll talk to y'all very soon.